Hello everyone, my name is Bev Witta. I'm a BC chicken grower and I'm also a coordinator of one of the 3 Poultry in Motion educational mini barns that we have in the province. Some years ago, the BC Growers Association and the BC Broiler Hatching Egg Association joined together to develop a program using these mini barns as a way to bring education to the consumer. So we're a regular attraction at all the fairs, community events, and of course we visit a lot of schools too. So I invite you to take a barn tour with me, so come along. Kids often ask, oh, how do I tell the boys from the girls? Well, if you look at the chickens, you'll see the ones there, they have a larger and redder comb and wattle. They're the roosters. This one here at the front, where her comb and wattle is very shallow and very pale, that's a hen. It's the quick way to tell them apart. Now over here is the feed pan. The feed pans are up off the floor. That's so the chickens can come and conveniently have something to eat. They can't put their feet in the feed pan, so the feed stays clean and uncontaminated. Here's the water line. Now this works very, very well for the chickens because you know what? Chickens cannot swallow. So they walk up here, put their beak on that little pin, and they get all the fresh water that they would like. So they get the water in their mouth and it goes down into their body by gravity. For food, chickens don't have any teeth. They have a powerful little tongue and lots of saliva in their mouth. So they pick up the food with their beak, gets in their mouth, they use this strong little tongue and the saliva working the food, down it slides down the esophagus and it works its way over to the gizzard. Now we digest our food in our stomachs. Chickens digest their food in their gizzard. The gizzard is an organ about that big. It's very thick and muscular. They must have a bit of grit in their gizzard because it's the muscles on the gizzard and the grit that grinds up the food, and that's the digestion process. Canadian poultry feed is a grain ration with vitamins and minerals. So the grains in this feed are corn, wheat, and barley with the right amount of soy meal and of course added vitamins and minerals because we have to pay attention to the chickens' diet just as we do our own, and that's what's going to keep them healthy. You will notice the size of this feed. This is a crumb, chick starter crumb. And here's for the big birds, a full-size pellet. Now lots of animals have their food in pellet shape. This is chicken pellets. And it's all about the feed fitting the size of the beak. So this is what fits the chick's beak. Of course, we would never feed them this pellet because they'd work very hard trying to break that into little pieces to get enough to eat, but they'd get exhausted first. So it's very important if you're feeding chickens that you give them the feed that matches the bird. Now, we are so lucky in Canada. We have different types of chicken that we can buy at our grocery store. We have mainstream chicken, as this is. We have organic chicken. For a farmer to raise organic chicken, he has to meet the requirements of the provincial organic board. And the biggest component of that is feeding them organic feed. We have specialty chickens. They are little small birds, silkies and Taiwanese chickens. Very popular with the Asian community. They use it in their cultural recipes. They use them mostly for their broth. And so there's a high demand for that type of chicken over in the mainland. And most of that is grown in the Fraser Valley. We have chickens that's raised without any antibiotics at all, even the allowed ones in their feed ration. And that goes on in the industry. But you know what? The bottom line is, you don't have to worry about what type of chicken that you buy because all classes of chicken have to follow all the regulations in Canada.